Hi guys, Tesla Lamping here. You can see I got new recording software, so hopefully this works a little bit better. How was your guys' June? Hopefully you had a safe 4th of July. Anyways, this month, June 2021, I ended up red. If you guys follow me on Profitly and Twitter, you'll know that I had an issue with E-Trade. So I'm not going to get into the details of that, but that accounted for my $100 loss on ALYI. Let's go over that. So, as many of, if you know, I've been working on the spike consolidation spike pattern. If you don't know about that, I'm going to make a new YouTube video going over that pattern specifically. You can find my, I talk about it a lot on TeslaLamping.com. It's what my first Green Day pattern here. I'll just pull it up real quick, TeslaLamping.com. If you're watching this now or in the future, my website might look a little bit different because we're actually going to be updating this. So, adapting to different markets, part 1, first Green Days. You'll see the pattern that I'm talking about, the first Green Day strategy, how I went from holding stocks overnight to just playing them intraday because they gap down the next morning. It's exactly this. I go over everything I'm about to talk about, but I decided to hold this stock overnight, and that was a big mistake. It was this first Green Day. Now, as I specifically detail in my website, or on my website on this blog post, do not do what I'm about to talk about, because that's just what's going on right now. You have to adapt. And so, first Green Days had been working fairly well for some other traders, and I thought I would try it. This used to be my bread and butter setup, but there's reasons why I don't do it anymore. So 616 and 617 we'll do custom. 616. So this is what it was. I bought right on the dip in here at 0.59. This would ideally be a perfect chart to buy and hold overnight for our first Green Day. Just, you gotta adapt, and right now it's not working. It hasn't been working for a long time. So I had a cushion where I was gonna sell in here, and it was a small profit, I think. Was it small 0.59, and it was up here at 0.58. So it was a small loss from the beginning, my bad. And I was going to cut quickly. I had about, it was going to be about 2% risk, 20 bucks, no big deal, maybe 30 bucks. But instead, when I typed it out on E-Trade at 0, I tried putting it below, so 0.58, no, 0.57. I don't quite remember now what exactly I had it at, but I tried cutting quickly, and I swear E-Trade changed it on me. So I got in, so 0.58, that's what it was. I got in at 0.59, I put 0.58, and E-Trade changed it to 0.05875. And I called them up. I'm like, what's going on? Why did you guys change it? Like, what can I do to prevent you guys from changing my order in the future? Well, I know ultimately it was my fault because I wasn't being meticulous enough, but it was frustrating because I know 100% that I put 0.058. Because why, if it's panicking, why would I try and sell above where it's at? So that was just ridiculous. And I was just wondering why my order was getting rejected. And I finally figured it out, and when I saw that it was down here, so I just cut quickly at 0.48 right in here. I did have a second while it bounced right here, but I thought it would go up a little bit higher, so that part was my fault. But for this big panic right here, that was really frustrating, figuring out why my order was getting rejected. But now, this is the second time I've held a first green day overnight, and the first time it was a 13% loss, this time it was an 18% loss. On a $500 position, so losing $100 on a $500 position is just ridiculous, especially when I was trying to cut it 2%. And yeah, so just a good lesson to really be meticulous, and if you use E-Trade, make sure you double check the confirmation window, because when you call them and they say that, well, you clicked confirm, you tried selling it at that price, there's nothing they can do about it. So good lesson there, and I'm just not going to hold first green days overnight until it proves to me that it's working. I'm just going to check this. So, okay, you can still see my screen. Sorry, it's new software that I'm learning, so we'll see how it goes. This shouldn't take up, my old stuff was saving these at like 3 gigabytes, where this should be in like megabytes. So it should be a lot better and faster. And better qualities than QuickTime Player, so I'm using OBS. Anyway, so that was my insane trade and insane loss on ALYI. Also, this is my trading journal. It makes my life a lot easier, especially being so busy. This is Trader Sync, which I'll leave a link below to Trader Sync so you can get it. I think they might still be having the 4th of July sale, where you can get 50% off all annual subscriptions. I use Elite, and I get annuals. So I'll also leave a link to my website here, so you can read up on the first green day strategy and how I'm adapting to avoid stuff like this. So that was my big loss of the month. Now I want to go over overall trading. So usually I've been sticking with OTCs, but I'm trying to check out listed stocks because the spike consolidation spike pattern is over in listed land, but they trade a little differently. So on OTCs, you can buy into strength when the volume starts coming in, and you can pretty much see it on level 2, and that's your entry. Well, I'm learning on on listed stocks that if you wait for that momentum to come in, it's pretty much too late and the stock's going on without you. What was a good one? ORPH. No, it wasn't ORPH. It was, where's my $11? No, it wasn't OPTI. Sorry. Let's look on the side here. So it was an $11 stock, not LKNCY. Not that one. I think it was ORPH. So, ORPH. This one was actually pretty great for a listed stock. Let's see here. I think it was this day. So the 16th as well. Custom last month on the 16th. Yes, this is beautiful. So this one was absolutely just gorgeous. It spiked and consolidated cleanly, just like an OTC. And this is what I'm learning to recognize. You'll see on Trader Sync, I have a lot of little losses. You'll see 60% losses. That's because I'm really testing out this listed stuff, and because I'm practicing so much, using one share. Now that's huge because I'm trying to define my risk levels and entry points and charts and all that. And you can see that the percentage losses, some are big, some are small. And I'm just trying to gauge listed stocks. That's why I'm using one share. Because having just a small amount is way better than taking 100 shares instead of taking one share where I'm losing like 30 cents at 6% versus like $60 if I go bigger. So I can learn the same lessons using less, and I think that's good. So ORPH, like I said, clean spike, clean consolidation, and I was actually going to buy here at 1108. The reason why I didn't, I was waiting for volume to come in and buy into strength. Well, then all of a sudden it jumps like 22 cents. It's at 11.30. I'm like, oh yikes! But I still tried buying at 11.32 or 11.35, I think it was. Then all of a sudden I didn't get filled, and it's at 11.80s. I'm like, oh geez. And I was just anticipating it to go to 11.50s to retest the morning highs like OTCs. And sometimes OTCs will keep going just like this did. And kind of crazy that I didn't chase it up here, especially when it went to 23.90, but that's all about my risk management. Now, maybe another entry would have been either right here on that higher low, or as it was spiking up again and selling into strength, maybe retesting, well, when it broke above here even. So there's an entry at the higher low right here, confirmation right here, as it's breaking above this level right here, or when it's breaking above the highs right here, selling into strength. And then again right here. I think I tried it right in here roughly, or right in here. Let's see. ORPH. Yeah, I made 1 cent because then I accidentally got back in. So 1765, 1725, sorry. So I got in right in here and then sold quickly right into this. So 2 minutes maybe, not even. This is where I entered because it has a spike, clean consolidation, and a spike. So I played this little teeny move, missing out on all of this and then all of that, which is fine. Because I did eventually, or maybe it was right here. I think this is where I entered in actually. But anyways, it was just a small amount. But that's what I'm looking for. And I had to go through some crazy losses to understand what clean chart I'm looking for on listed stocks. And I say that because let's take a look at GEO, I believe. GEO. And this, someone has asked me to go over to Swizzle. So the OTSwizzle is a slight variation, but it's basically the spike consolidation spike. They also call it the gun chart, and vwap high day break or something like that. So GEO is not what I was talking about. That's not too sloppy, but it's TRCH. TRCH. This, I believe, was the sloppy one. TRCH changed their ticker to MMAT. I found it because it's right here. So TRCH no longer exists. They had a ticker change to MMAT. That makes it a little tricky. But here we go. This is choppy. So you can be like, no duh, Tessa, this is choppy. But see the spike, it consolidates higher choppiness. So I think I will, see, it's so hard, they changed the ticker, so 620 if they did, so 2 to 1 if that's what they did, so 12. I think I buy in here from this consolidation, or this, I think it was right in here. So if I bought at 644, that would be 1288. Yeah. So my guess is they changed tickers and did a split. So probably 2 to 1 split, which doubled their their pricing and reduce the shares is my guess. I haven't read this information, but that would be my guess of what they did. So yeah, I bought at 12.88, and then it went up for a second and then panicked. So I got out. I was risking roughly this level. I cut losses quickly, and then it spikes up to here. But that's the difference between this choppiness versus this beautifulness. And it goes fairly well with OTCs too. You want clean charts. And this is kind of the swizzle, which I will do another YouTube video where I talk about all these spike consolidation spikes that I have saved here, which is also the OTSwizzle that people have been asking me about, and then I can also go over some of my listed charts. So that'll be a fun video for you guys to learn from. Anyways, these are the stocks that I've been just taking paper cuts on, learning the difference between a clean chart and a choppy chart. But so that was a 4% loss. That wasn't too bad. I cut on that one. I try to keep my losses 5% below. Ideally, lower the better, but it happens, especially with sub-penny stocks. Like one move is 2%, one uptick is 2%, one downtick is 2%, something like that. So I'm still getting better with those. Let's see here, my percentages. So my best stock was MFST, which I also want to pull up here. Thinkorswim. I wonder if I can pause this. Okay, I think I know again. 1 second. Let me double check this. Okay, so that worked. Awesome. I'm still learning about all this, so I apologize. And yes, you can see my account number, but I have no money in here, so you can't hack it, you can't steal it, because I'm not keeping money in here. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Anyways, so what you see here is my Thinkorswim account, and this is Scripts to Trade Gap Stats indicator, or I guess it's not really an indicator, but Gap Stats. And this tells me the history, all the history on how it gaps, how the average gap is, the spike after the gap, or the average. For all you people who really want to backtest data and gather all this information to help give you an edge, well, Scripts to Trade writes the codes and does that for you. And they're easy to find, scriptstotrade.com. Make sure you use discount code TESSA, TESSA 10, number 10, TESSA 10. And you can get all their goodies. They have lots of scanners, indicators. I just absolutely love them, and I have tons of their stuff on here. Like, they're just incredible. I even wrote a blog post on them as well, which I'll also leave a link to. And a whole bunch of people have been taking advantage of it. As you can see, so like my pattern with the spike consolidation spike, it has the abnormal volume indicator right here, and it points an arrow to this abnormal volume, which for my pattern, that spike consolidation spike pattern, I want to buy when abnormal volume is coming in. And this especially helps me with OTCs. I haven't quite watched it so much with listed stocks, so that's going to be my new thing to watch. But when volume comes in, I'm usually buying the volume on my pattern. I don't know about different patterns, but on my spike consolidation spike pattern, like how you see spike consolidation, an arrow would typically point right here, and I believe it did that day. Was it Thursday? And so abnormal volume comes in and an arrow points, and it really helps beginner traders because it's hard to remember to look down here for the volume. So when you see that arrow, it's like, oh, that's my cue, and that's kind of how I use it as a guide. Now right here, this red, it also shows white, and it'll show green. This is sentiment indicator, and I absolutely love this one because, as you can see, there is clearly a downtrend, and that lets me know that obviously right here it says strong bearish. When it goes green, it's strong bullish, and when it's white, it's neutral. So how it helps me with my spike consolidation spike patterns, which I do have an image, is it right here? I guess really any of these. So you see how it's a downtrend? I don't want to buy that downtrend. That's not my pattern. See, it spikes, it consolidates, and then this is where I want to buy, which there's obviously a lot of abnormal volume, which is great. So I can buy here and sell into strength here because there's enough volume for it. And it's also a multi-day breakout, which gap stats tell me all this information. But you can see that when it starts to test this level, it turns white, which means it can go either way, but it's letting me know that I need to prepare to potentially exit if I haven't already sold into strength. So it gives me a great warning. But here you can see a clear uptrend. Volume is phenomenal, so it gives me the confidence to either buy right here and sell into strength, or sell a little bit in strength, add here, or hold and add here when it breaks out of this and sell into this strength. And you can see right here where it's white, it says neutral, because right now it's like, could it go up, could it go down? Be prepared for a trend change. If it breaks below this would be a key support that it determines. If it breaks below that, cut losses quickly, because then it's probably bearish, and that's a trend change. So I really love this because it's not like the normal charts where it's red and green, and that really plays with emotions. Like if you see a red tick and it's going up, or when you want to go up and you see a red tick, you might panic out. Or if you're shorting a stock and you see a green tick, you might panic out. They have so much incredible stuff. Even the backside indicator, which the backside indicator will give like it'll say pre-alert right here. And then it might say alert right here. And then it's the backside. So it says pre-backside, and then it says backside, which if you're long and you're holding all this, you want the backside indicator, because when it says pre-backside or pre-alert for the backside, it's like, okay, start thinking about selling into strength here because it's about to downtrend and reverse the pattern. So if you're a short seller, you don't want to be shorting when there's no pre-backside alert. But maybe, I don't short sell, but I do study it because it helps me with the longs. So if it says pre-alert, then you get prepared. And then when it says the backside alert, then it's like, okay, this is the backside. This is a great indicator that it could be my time to short, with your confirmation in the way that you learn to short. And so you minimize your risk of getting caught in the squeeze on the front side and maximize your potential for the backside. So I love Scripts to Trade, and I helped them partner with Stocks to Trade. So all of these indicators are coming to Stocks to Trade. You're welcome. I'm so excited. I can't wait to have these on there. Now, one thing I did learn is if you get them for Thinkorswim, the platforms that they're supported on, you do have to get them individually for each platform. But in my experience, they pay for themselves in like one trade. Because like I was talking about with this 12% win on MFST, had I gotten filled my full size, that was about like $100 win, and that pays for my Scripts to Trade indicator. And so it pays for itself. And yes, I lost $3 on this one because I didn't get filled my full size. I was sizing up because I had the confidence thanks to Scripts to Trade, and I give them 100% credit. And I am super excited for when they come to Stocks to Trade. So I have all those indicators on one platform, making Stocks to Trade the ultimate platform. So that's that. And always use discount code TESSA10. It'll help you out. Saves you money, and I do get a little commission off of it. But I'm a user of my own product, or of their product, so I'm also a customer, and I absolutely love their work. And Traders think I'm an affiliate as well, but it's because I genuinely believe in their stuff and it helps me and I want to help you guys too. It's a win-win. Which I'll leave links to Scripts Trade, links to Stocks or Traders Think. But anyways, oh, and my website, teslalamping.com. But yes, this month was a losing month because of my big E-Trade error. Had I not had that big E-Trade error, I would be green this month, even with all those little losses, because I kept my losses small and really minimized my risk. And really, if one thing I'm also gonna call E-Trade about is because on my $40 loss here, it says I have an $87 loss, which before fees and commissions, it was just a $24 loss. But after fees and commissions, they added about 15 bucks roughly, so $40 loss. I get that, but 87, I don't like how they redid their website, so that's just a little frustrating because I don't understand how it could turn into an $87 loss. So here I want to talk about my stats a little bit more. Got my yeah, so I'm down 186, but we might have a visitor. So yep, losers. Otherwise, if it wasn't for that 102 loss, it would be like $50 loss, and it would be like a $100 win had I gotten full size. So it's like, oh, I'm so close. And sorry for this video being so long, but this is just important information. So let's see here. Let me get back into that trade, I suppose. Where's my Mac almost dead? Okay, well, let me switch over here real quick. I apologize. Let me go plug this in. I've been busy working, so I apologize. Anyways, so okay. Let me sneak over here, and again, I'm so sorry for this. Okay, it's plugged in. So that, let's see, my trade, no. Here. Oops. Sorry, right here. So that was it, MFST? Yes. Let me get to MFS, sorry, what day is that? The 25th. So this is just beautiful. I've been trying to take advantage of sub-penny stocks. Sub-pennies are the ones with a couple zeros in front of the first number. But it spiked, it consolidated, and I bought right in here, I believe at 2.5 and sold at 2.7. No, I got filled at 0.00245 and sold at 0.00275. So into strength right here, it did go to 2.9, but now it's a 12% gain. It doesn't look like much, but that's all I look for are singles like that. I did size up. I only got filled a small size, so that's why I lost on that one. But technically, I would have had it in my best month had I gotten filled on that and not had that dang error loss with E-Trade. So I'm really proud of how it's going. I'll even show my calendar because this is really exciting. I'm finding consistency. So yes, I have more red days than I have the last couple months, but like I said, it was just really small losses. And I guess I have a $47 loss, 40 there. But Still, even with those losses, had I not had that E-Trade loss and had I gotten filled on that one, I know a lot of had this, had that, but these are things that I think about because I can fix that E-Trade mistake by being a little bit more meticulous. I cannot control that I got small size, but I can control my mindset and know what I can control and what I can't control and stay positive to fix that. So what was that $47 loss? Oh, RSHN, yeah, that was the 4% loss. And then the 3% loss. So I had a couple, that is something that I do need to consider is with sub penny stocks. I do pay more in commissions, so maybe I need to size up on those. But then, yeah, the loss would have been bigger. So with commissions, it was, instead of $24 loss, it was a $40 loss. And then on RSHN, it was another sub penny play. So at least I did keep it under my goal of 5%. I would ideally like to keep around 3% max, but when they down tick like that, maybe I need to have a tighter risk level. But I did cut my losses when it was appropriate to cut them at the right time. So that will just be something I need to consider. And here, I'll go over it real quick. Sorry for the long video. June 14th, to give you an example of what I'm talking about when I cut them at a key risk. Oh, sorry, RSHN. That was the ticker. Yes. June 14th. So this one, I was trading early in the morning. Let me see the price. 009. Okay, yeah, so this one I would consider it a chase because it had one leg up. It's on the second leg, and this is the third leg. So I got into strength right here, getting greedy, because it was like a couple 100% winner that day, and I thought that maybe it would kind of keep going. But I was wrong, so I bought into strength as it was breaking out here. Volume came in, and when it broke below 008, that is what I determined as a key risk level, and I got out at 0.0087, which was good. Even though it did eventually go higher, I stuck to my plan. I got out on this candle, or probably that candle in here. But that was good risk. And it wasn't good that I chased it 3 legs up, but when it was that really hot market, that was okay. And I would do this again on a couple 100% runner because it could continue going. And I had minimal risk compared to what I thought it could have the potential to keep going and do. So that actually wasn't bad, but ideally I would have gotten in right here or even right here, but that's still a bit of a chase. But like I said, you have to judge the different circumstances. So it's stuff like that where it's a good, I consider them good losses, especially like I said, if I didn't have that E-Trade mistake and had I gotten filled full size, I'd be green like $100 this month, making it my best month. So that's my recap. Don't forget to click the links that I'll add below and discount code TESSA10 to Scripts to Trade. I hope you guys had a safe 4th of July and have a wonderful month. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day and stay safe trading tomorrow.